Hey, good morning. This is DrTekemia Dorsey with the IABT Morning Show. I know, right? We always coming up with something. Here in the studio with Shay, getting ready, doing IABT stuff. But anyway, it's the first day of school. Summer is over. You're falling back into your routine. So I'm listening up to all of these parents and guardians out there. You know, now is the time that you're back to work. Your kids are back to school. And, you know, it's the start of a new routine. But you can't go into a new year with a new routine with your old habits, because then it'll be more problems than expected. You know, students today are walking into new buildings. They're interacting with new people, and they're being introduced to new schedules. So, like most kids, whether it's elementary, whether it's middle, whether it's high school, whether it's college, the youth today are impacted by anxiety. They are running into stress. They're fearful. I just talked to a parent today that kid went into panic mode when she dropped her kid off. They're filled with uncertainty. Kids are exploring uncharted territories, and for them, this is real. And academic achievement gaps happen because most families and students do not start off on the first day of school on the right foot. So today you also have some youth that are also acting out. So I want to give you a few tips today that whether you're a parent, whether you're a guardian, whether you are a coach, whether you are an administrator, whether you are a teacher, or whatever the case may be, this is a tip today that you need to start implementing now. The academic achievement gap happens in school because most kids do not have uniformity in their lives. Most parents are filled with anxiety. They're all over the place, and you're wondering why, when interim reports come out in 30 days, why they're having such a hard time. And we all know that in order to have a successful year, you have to have a strong foundation. So what I want you to do today is where's my piece of paper? And we just went through this. Your tip of the day is to collect data. So I know you're probably thinking, Tekemia Dorsey, Dr. Dorsey, this is not a PhD program. But in hindsight, you don't have to be in a PhD program to collect data. And let me tell you why. Data is the foundation of all things that will keep you sane. So the data that I want you to collect is data that's simple. So if you have 1, 2, 3, even 4 kids like me, you have to be sure to pull all your data together. So what type of data am I referring to? Data such as schedules. So let's say that, obviously we're talking academics. So the first data that I need you to collect is the academic schedules of your students. So in my household, we have 4. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 kids. So you need to pull academic. I have elementary school kids and 2 middle school children. So, and then my college student, but he's all on his own. So the first data you need to collect is their academic schedules. So because I have an elementary school kids and 2 middle school kids, they're all on completely different schedules. They're all completely different impacts. 1 in elementary, 2 following AB days. So parents, guardians, after school teachers, the first thing we want you to do is to pull their academic schedules. The second data you need to collect are their schedules if they are in sports. Not just sports schedules in terms of competition, but also practice. Those schedules as well is a part of that data you need to collect. And then you also need to collect data as it relates to their after school programming. Now, most kids have their schedule from, let's say, 7 to 3 or 8 to 2. They have an after school program from like 2 to 6 or 2:30 to 6. And then some kids have their evening practice schedule from like 6 to 8. So that's almost 13 hours out of the day that they're outside of their actual school, the actual home environment. So when you're talking academic success, a part of that academic scheduling have to be the incorporation of these schedules. You can't isolate it and you can't omit it. You have to make it a part of your programming. So parents, you want to collect academic schedules. You want to collect sports schedules meaning competition, as well as practice. In addition, parents, because you are the driver, you are the team mom, you are the football coach dad, you are the driver, you are all of these things, you have to now also incorporate your schedule. Not just your work schedule, but your meeting schedule, your practice schedule, your pickup and your drop off schedule. Bring all those things in. In addition to that, you want to bring in your vacation time schedule, your holiday time schedule, your time off, and any meetings you have to be a part of. Before you can even get started with setting a tone with overcoming the back to school blues, we want to make sure that you have what's needed. And the first step is to make sure that you collect the data. Now, I'm not going to go into anything else because at this point I just wanted to make it short, sweet, and to the point. But I do want you to join me on Saturday, September 16th at the Langston Hughes Community Business and Resource Center, file free, back to school, closing the academic and unemployment divide conference. We're going to take this information with you collecting data and help you to devise a schedule that's going to help balance your time, set goals, provide some organizational structure, as well as give some study tips. And the reason why it's part of unemployment that's in there is because most students are part of a career to work program. So in their high school, they're already engaging in engaging in internships program or some type of programming that is preparing them for the work world. But I don't want to go there yet because right now your kid somewhere is full of fear, anxiety, stress. They're having a panic attack. They are exploring uncharted territory, and they're going to come home today in disarray. They're going to come home today upset. They're going to come home today and throw those books to the side. They're going to come home today and do everything else other than prepare for tomorrow. Well, guess who have to now get them ready? You, absolutely. But it takes a village. You as the parent, you as the guardian, you as the role model, you're not by yourself. So we want to make sure that you have this first tip. Begin collecting your data, schedules, practice times, competition times, your meeting, your work schedules, your transportation schedule, and then join in tomorrow as the next tip is provided in order to get your youth and yourself off to a great start for the 2017-2018 school year. Remember, academic achievement gap, it only takes 1 or 2 days for that span to start. And once it starts, it'll take like a lifetime to get it back. And there are some variables that we can control, and there's some variables that we can't control. The variables we can control is budget, spending with school systems, the hiring and firing of personnel, what's actually in the classroom, how many students that are in the classroom, the teacher to student ratio. We can't control those things, but what we can control is a streamlined process that's going to help close that gap, not only for home, work, and school, but as it relates to the mind, body, soul, spirit, and uplifting of our youth and our parents. So this is Dr. Tekemia Dorsey for the IABT Morning Show with your tip of the day, which is data collection. Collect those data, collect those schedules, so that when we come back tomorrow, you'll know exactly what you need to do in order to manage your time better, be able to set realistic goals for your household, for yourself, and your students, and that we can close that academic achievement gap this school year. It's too many of our youth today that are falling through the cracks. It's too many of our adults today that are falling through the unemployment gaps, and there are too many scenarios that are out of our control, and the streets are taking over. So let's work together to take it back. Let's work together to make sure that we have everything that we need within our household. This is Dr. Tekemia Dorsey. Join us on September 16, 2017, and be sure to go back and start collecting that data. Schedules. Make sure that you communicate. Make sure that you start pinpointing that stuff together. And if you need a day or two, that's fine. But don't let Friday come around and you have not started collecting this information, because now that's 4 days that your kids have been in school, that they now don't have organization in their life, and they're not managing their time accurately. And if your kids aren't managing their times right, then their academics are going to go downhill while their problems and stress will go uphill. So see you tomorrow. You can email me at ibttriathletes@gmail.com or give me a shout out at 443-267-8783. Let's start this school year off on a positive note and make sure that we close that academic achievement concern. We decrease unemployment for our youth and begin to bring our community back to where we need to be. Pre-register for our conference on September 16th. You won't be disappointed. So tomorrow, have a great day.